Aveline, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So I am back with some builds. And well, today we're doing a build today, or tomorrow we're doing something else, which I don't know if I can tell you what is yet, but there's content coming tomorrow. Okay, I don't have a whole lot because I've been sick. But there is content coming tomorrow. I just want to let you guys know. Okay? Anyway, with that very non-specific, very vague message out of the way, I do have another message for you guys, the usual disclaimer, so let's just run it, get it out of the way so we can talk about this build. Thank you to the EA Creator Network for making this video possible by providing me with codes throughout the years. I appreciate it so much. And also, if you want to support the channel, I have a creator code with EA. You can see it on the screen right now. Feel free to use it if you want to, or don't. No pressure whatsoever. Now, let's get back to the video. And yes, for those of you who are curious, I do have to I'm legally obliged, or I don't know how to put this, but legally I have to run that disclaimer. So anyway, today we are building a large, I would say large for me. I tend to build houses that are a little bit on the smaller side a lot lately, at least. Over the past couple of years, definitely a lot of tiny houses and stuff. So this is a larger home for me personally. It's very rustic, not necessarily autumnal per se, but just rustic and kind of cottagey as well on the inside. I wanted to make this very cozy. I wanted it to look just have like rustic cottage vibes as well. Not the cottage core that you would necessarily think of when you think of cottages, just a little bit more on the rustic side. So that is what we're doing today. It's for, if I can recall correctly, I'm gonna get my floor plan picture up on my second monitor. It's for, oh right, I used some of the storybook nursery kit items in this house as well, because I was kind of like, I want to try and use the green swatch because there's a lot of green going on in the house. Not necessarily like the same tone of green, but you'll see that once we get to the interiors. Just kind of like the color that you'll see throughout the house is green. I like to go for one color very often, or not necessarily just one color, sometimes a couple, and then just kind of use them throughout my houses. And it's like, you know, 2 colors for one house, 3 colors for another house. For this one, it's a lot of brown, some beige, and then green. The dominant color is green. So the storybook, I did in my overview of the storybook kit. I think it's the same overview I did with the other kit that I cannot remember what is right now. It's not even that long ago, but I just cannot remember. But I kind of dwelled a little bit on this green color and I really liked it, so I wanted to use that in this house. So we have room for a baby, I suppose, or a baby. I think it's a baby. I think I used a crib. Then, or do toddlers use cribs? Now I'm actually unsure. I'm second guessing myself as I'm doing this voiceover. That's awkward. And then also 2 parents and then a teen. So, but it's like the second floor is under the roof, so it's a little, you'll see once we get to it, because under the roof floors, they're kind of second floors, but not really second floor. They are second floor. It's hard to explain. I don't know what other word to use. It's fine. Under the roof floors. First of all, it gets very annoying when decorating them because of the roofing. The camera goes up and down a little bit, but also the whole window situation. We're using a lot of dormer windows, so it's the shape of the second floor is very funny, and the rooms as a result of that are a little bit funky as well, if you will. So, but you'll see that once we get to it. As well, if you have any questions about like splitting off roofing and stuff, so you avoid having any kind of clipping going on with the house itself, I have done a tutorial on how to do A-frame houses actually, and it's the same kind of method by splitting up the roof. So if you have any questions about that, either ask or in the comment section down below, or you can go watch that video, because I think it's been a while since I recorded it, but I think I go over it fairly well and would probably just be repeating myself a lot if you asked. But you're always welcome to leave questions about what the heck I'm doing, by the way, because yes, I will happily, you know, let you guys know the best way I can. The ground floor is pretty much like all the common rooms all the normal common rooms. I almost said all the common rooms, but that's a bit overdoing it, I feel. So they have like a big living room, and then there's a full-on dining room as well. I often actually leave out dining rooms and just put the dining table in the kitchen because that's just, I don't know, a bad habit of mine, I suppose. And then they have a fairly decently sized kitchen as well, plus that's not what it's called, a breakfast nook in there as well. So this is what I mean when it's like a bigger house. They have room for a dining room. Not all of my houses have that. And also as well, on top of that, a breakfast nook. Like, not all of my houses have that, far from. And they also have a home office, which I wouldn't necessarily call it like a home office for someone who works from home. It's more like a skill leveling room. So I believe I put a woodworking table in there because I was like, this one's cute, it's new, I want to use it. And oh right, artist studio, that was what the other kit was, because I think I chose the woodworking table from that kit because I haven't really used it. And then, you know, we got a whole computer setup in there, and also with a typewriter computer because I feel like that fit the house the best. And also some bookcases because, you know, we need those. We need lots of bookcases. I love bookcases in houses. I feel like they make a home, so I can't leave them out. There needs to be a lot of bookcases. But I think overall the feel of this house is actually one of my, I think also realistically wise, like, or I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like this house is a little bit more realistic than a lot of other houses I've done lately. I like the vibe in this house as well, and it's probably one of my more favorite vibes as of like, or if you look at my more recent builds, I like the vibe in this house. The atmosphere, the style that we're going with, whatever that is, it's a slightly eclectic, just a little bit, but also just like rustic cottage. And it's just cozy, it's nice, it's comfortable, and that's what I was going for. I really hope I'll have time. I have one another autumnal build that I did. It's a tiny house, but it won't be going up until after this weekend for other reasons. But I'm really hoping to be able to still do that autumnal tiny house community and also the autumnal Victorian, but I am still kind of certain that I chose correctly by waiting with the Victorian house until after release of after the release of Life and Death. I don't know where I was going with that, so we'll do that house once I get access to it. And also the tiny house community. I need a little bit of inspiration also, just not to be sick 2 months in a row. That's a bit much. I had to write my mom about it the other day, and she instantly went like, I know this is just my mom going mom mode, and that's fine. I don't blame her. But also, as someone who has been dealing with a lot of like, I had stress a while ago. It's like back in 2017. It's a while ago. Pre-YouTube days, essentially. Actually, I started YouTube because I had stress. That's a whole talk. Maybe we should talk about that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys will find that kind of funny, or maybe not, and that's completely fine as well. But I had a lot of health anxiety in connection with having stress. Stress affects you in such weird ways. Like it's so different from person to person, and you just experience like your body just has a very interesting way of just saying no, just no. For me, it was a lot like I got hypersensitive, and then I had a lot of anxiety, especially like health related anxiety. Like I thought I had heart attacks all the time. It was so hard to eat as well because your heart rate picks up a little bit after you've eaten, just like a little bit. It's very normal. It's not something you think about, because I was so hypersensitive. I was very aware of it, and that made me think that I was having heart attacks, and it's terrible. So I don't need like to jump to conclusions about anything, and my mom instantly, like anything health related, and my mom instantly went like, no, maybe you have asthma, or no, maybe you have maybe you're allergic and stuff. And I'm like, I think I'm just unlucky. Like I think that's basically it. Unfortunately, you guys know as well, I have a lot of sleeping issues, and that does make you more receptive to viruses and stuff like that. So I think honestly, I think I've just been unlucky. It's just kind of like collided in a way. It's fine. I'm good. I just needed a couple of days to get my voice back as well and have some energy because I'm really, really tired after 2 rounds of whatever. But we're good. We're fine. Just a little bit behind on everything I want to do with that stuff in The Sims. I'm behind on all my plans. Like, I've done so much brainstorming. I have so many ideas written down, and I just am so behind. So I have so much I want to do and not enough hours in the day. I need days to be like 27, 28 hours long. Otherwise, that would actually be so optimal for me because sleeping issues, the best way I can describe them is that you feel jet lagged all the time. Like, my day feels like it's meant to be like 27 hours long. It wouldn't work in the long run, of course not, but that's what it feels like day to day. So I'm kind of like, I could do with 27 hours in a day. Like, that would be great. We could get so much more done. We could do so many more things, so many more fun things, and just have a blast or something. But that's not life. We're stuck with 24 hours and it's fine. Anyway, for the kitchen here, you can probably tell we're going for a little bit of green, some warmer brown, making a big kitchen, which actually hit me. I feel like it's been such a long time since I've done a big kitchen. Oftentimes when I make bigger homes or medium-sized homes, it's funny because I'm looking at the floor plan of this house and I'm like, this is not actually a big house. You're just so used to small houses. So I'm genuinely looking at it like, why are you calling this a big house? It's not a big house. Anyway, but it's been such a long time since I've done a big kitchen. So I oftentimes just basically go for the essentials, like all the counter space that you need, and then do whatever else I need with the space, like whatever else I want to include. So I was like, I actually had to go in my thinking box and be like, what kind of clutter can I use in the kitchen? So we're probably using a little bit from here and there, like different packs and stuff, and making sure they have a lot of appliances as well. Being now a coffee drinker, I'm very aware of the espresso machines. Like, I was not a coffee drinker 2 months ago. Maybe it's the coffee that's causing me to get sick. That'd be kind of rude. I don't like that. Let's not even go there. I am slightly obsessed with the color of these bookcases, by the way. I think these are from the jewelry, what was that called? Crystal Creations, I think. Is that what it's called? Otherwise, I just came up with a kit name. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I don't think I came up with that. I just want to say, but like, I don't know. Like, maybe I did. I don't know. But I do love bookcases. I do love bookcases, but I love bookcases in that color. I've been playing with the idea of painting mine sage green, but that's a choice. That's a choice. I'm not a brave person, especially not when it comes to colors. So, because I'm Scandinavian and we tend to, generally, not all of us, but generally we tend to stick to a lot of neutrals and earthy tones, if anything. So a lot of neutrals, like a lot. It's very minimalistic up here color-wise, at least. So any kind of like too much color, not too much because that sounds negative, but you get what I mean, right? Kind of scares me a little bit, but the idea of green bookcases makes me a little bit happy. But I'm also pretty sure that I would probably change my mind after like a month. Just like I want to reorganize my bookcases all the time. I change my mind and then I'm like, no, this would look better. And then I end up reorganizing them again and my back is like in pain for days after because I'm old by now. So I'm pretty sure painting the bookcases would be kind of equally bad. Plus you have to reorganize the books after as well. It's like it's double bad. I just talked myself out of that. I'm so proud. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. So this is the parents' bedroom, and I really wanted to find a bed that could fit color-wise with the rest of the house. However, was not able to, because I also really wanted to use this one from Cottage Living because I'm obsessed with it. I love this bed. As you might know, I use it all the time whenever I do cottages. I'm like, we're going for the Cottage Living. I'm pretty sure it's from Cottage Living, but I could be wrong. Because I honestly don't look at pack icons a whole lot when I decorate. I am terrible at that, just like I'm terrible at saving my inspiration pictures. I don't know why, but some habits I just can't drop, and it's some of them apparently, I don't know. I am you can't improve on me. I don't know how to say this. Obsessed with radiators these days as well, which is a weird choice, but I love radiators these days in my builds. I just want to use them all the time, especially after I found out where they are in the catalog, which is under fireplaces. Did you guys know? You probably knew. It's just me who's behind, essentially, right? Like you would think I had these things under control considering how much I build, but no, definitely not. Also, apparently we got a base game update. Was it today or was it Tuesday? Because I feel like usually base game updates are on Tuesdays. Or was it yesterday? I don't know. I don't know. And I also don't know what we got in it. So if you guys know, let me know, because I will for sure forget to look it up after I'm done with this voiceover, because I move on to the next thing and then I'm like, yep, we're done. We're moving on to the next thing, and I just forget. But yeah. Also, I just want to clarify, by the way, when I do really like the storybook kit. I think it's super cute, and I'm pretty sure I said that in the overview as well. It's just as soon as you say one negative thing, I think some people jump to the conclusion that means you have a negative opinion of it. Like, but the only negative thing I said wasn't even like a negative thing about the pack. It was just, I don't agree with the title, and I still kind of don't, but that's just a personal thing. You don't have to agree with me on it. I do think the stuff in it is super cute. I think it's well designed. I think it's well crafted as well. It looks nice. It's, we can use it for a lot of things. Ignore the fact that the curtain is clipping with my window. That's my bad, and I just didn't notice until right now. But it's a very cute pack, or kit. It's a very cute kit. I just still don't think it's storybook, but that's just because I personally, in my head, I have a different idea of what storybook is, and it just doesn't really... The storybook kit doesn't align with my picture or my image, my idea of what storybook is. So that's all there is to it. I do think it's a cute kit, just want to say, because I'm scared that some people jump to a conclusion that they were not meant to. It's just, it's difficult because we're so different, all of us, right? So I get it, it's fine. I also read between the lines, and sometimes I'm not correct how I read things, and that is completely fine, but I just wanted to clarify for those of you who might have questioned it a bit. So no, I do think the kit is super cute. I just don't think it's properly titled, but that's just me. It's just a me thing, right? So, but this is the teen's bedroom. Yes, the teen's bedroom. I did imagine that this was kind of like an older teen, so we have this word for when you have kids in Denmark and you have maybe like 1 or 2 or 3, and then years later, I'm actually one of these, like years later, and I don't know if there's an English term for this, by the way, I just know the Danish one. So when you have like a couple of children or one, and then years later you have another one, it's called an efternøller, and I don't know if there's a term for that in English, but my idea was that they had one kid who's now a bit of an older teen, and then several years later now they have a baby or a toddler or whatever life stage that baby is in. I forgot the baby stages, I'll admit, it's fine. We're moving on because I'm not a game player, I just decorate for families, or I build houses, I should say. If you want to update me on like children's ages, children's baby faces, I don't know how to, is that what it's called, baby faces? Anyway, it sounds weird. If you want to update me on them though, feel free to. I would love to know, but I always, whenever I include anything, this is why I don't do a lot of nurseries either. I'm always a bit like, have I included the right items? Like, I I hope I did, but like I'm not really sure. So anyways, for the exterior, I just wanted to give them a cozy garden, so I used some live edit fencing. I often tend to go for live edit fencing more so than normal fencing because it doesn't snap on to the grid, and I prefer that because you have a lot more freedom. So both of the fences that I'm using in this yard, both to frame up the driveway or whatever you want to call that area where the cars are parked, but also the rest of the garden, or yard, whatever you want to call that as well. I guess there's a lot of words to use, okay? But they're both from Live Edit. I found this, I can't remember where it's from, and I don't really know what it's called either, but you'll see there's this metal frame thing that I placed in the backyard or in the yard, and I end up making a seating lounge area, if you will, underneath it or inside of it. I have been absolutely like wanting to use that item since it came in whatever pack it's from, because I can't remember at this point, but I have never really had the opportunity to because the frame is like too big. So I I placed it down very, very early, by the way. I think I was decorating something on the interior. I was probably looking for one of those corner shelves or something, and I came across it because I think it's under statues, but I could be wrong about it though. And I just remembered, oh, I want to use it. Finally, I have enough space in the yard to actually use it. And so finally I'm using this, whatever it's called. But you can see it right there. It's like on the right side of the screen. Not right now, but it's kind of coming in and out of the screen. And then also they get a nice gardening area as well, because I thought that would be fitting for the house. I used a little bit of, I used some, you can always just delete the crops if you don't want them, but I think they're like aubergines and pumpkins and some of the other mega crops, I believe, but I can't actually fully remember at this point. I'm pretty sure though, I've just gone for like a mix of the mega crops. I don't really know why, I just felt like that fit with the house the best. So they're not grown either, but they, in the uploaded state of the house, they do need water, and they're kind of like baby plants at this point. So, but you're free to, you know, do with them what you will. If you don't even want there to be a gardening area, you can completely change it as well. I do not blame you. If you want a pool, you know, place down a pool, that's completely fine. But I figured a gardening area would be nice and kind of fit with the house. I think I left out some decorating as well because I had the best time decorating the hallway in this house, which is so weird. So random. It's not even a nice looking hallway, but I just had like, it was so cozy decorating it, and it looks so realistic and just messy. Like nothing really makes sense in the hallway, and for some reason that's just what I remember best about decorating this house. Is the hallway. It's the most random thing, but I feel like it's always the most random thing. So, but yeah, I had a blast with the hallway. Out of all the rooms, the hallway, what the heck? I think I was like slightly thinking about when I went to school and like putting on shoes in the morning before leaving for school. So it was bringing back memories. It's just so random, but it's fine. You can probably see it in the pictures at the end of the video, because there'll be pictures of basically everything. So if, maybe not all of the bathrooms though, because I tend to only take pictures, unless the bathrooms are very different from each other. I tend to only take pictures of one of the bathrooms, but there's plenty of bathrooms in this house. I think there's about 4, but like other than that, just I've taken pictures of everything. So whenever I leave out any rooms from the video, because I feel like the video is going to end up being too long, I usually always include pictures of them at the end of the video anyway. Same counts for they have a side patio as well with a dining table and a grill maybe, or something. A rocking chair for sure, but I can't remember about the grill. But there's pictures of that as well. So you'll see all of that in just a second. For now though, we're wrapping up this voiceover. If you guys like the build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box as well as in the pinned comment, where you can also find a link to my booktube channel. So if you like to read, definitely feel free to go check it out. However, that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I'll see you all in the next one. Tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you. Bye-bye.